All the people who was involved in this program will have an idea and will have a change in their life, and they will appreciate more coffee. To make you to understand what coffee means for us, and just to make you understand the change of everything what coffee is. And we need to give a better value to coffee. And we just have to deliver the message to the world.
Coffee means passion, culture, and a way of life to Colombia. Coffee generates the income and economic resources that directly impact the coffee communities to their economic, social, and cultural productive development. Colombia's coffee is the good face of Colombia to the world.
El café para Colombia es la imagen de Colombia de bien ante el mundo.
Coffee is not just a beverage, it's not just a fruit, it's a whole experience, it's a whole idea.
Dicen que los hombres recogen más cantidad y que las mujeres más calidad. Today I was working with really professional women. It's the first day of our competition of farmers, not barista. And we met a cooperative of coffee culture women. And this is for me that I love the gender equality is really, really interesting. And I work all the time with Nelly, my partner. And it's really interesting because she takes care of me and I take care of her.
I feel amazing. Now I completely understand, like, it's really hard job to pick cherries. She helped me how to decide which cherry I should pick, and they also really care about like quality too.
The producer country are completely exploited by the consumer country. I think that we have to create and construct a more fair relation between producer and consumer country. We need it.
El país y el departamento del Huila tiene una fragilidad que es el cambio climático.
Colombia and the Department of Villa are suffering from a situation that has not been immune to people, such as climate change, which has been the great difficulty for coffee farmers because they cannot control those conditions.
En un cultivo, él no puede controlar obviamente esas condiciones.
Entonces el verano azotó el café.
Then the summer lush coffee, and before, as coffee didn't grow, the harvest was poor around the country. It was so bad that even the coffee grains that I collected was just enough for a friend of mine to do a work at art and she sent me this boat as a way of saying that coffee will go sailing through the seas and reaching all parts of the world. And here is written in here, Colombia's coffee, bloody coffee cherry. If you were questioned, could you tell your story? The history of coffee is full of joy and pain because this harvest was lost. But coffee is still in the Colombian's heart. The sweet aroma of coffee is with us from sunshine to the sunset.
Welcome to the Finca La Esmeralda. I am Libardo Piedrahita, owner of this enterprise. My dream is that this enterprise will become completely organic. The result of my work can already be seen. My goal is to have a coffee of excellent quality, convinced to give consumers a completely healthy and clean drink, free of toxic chemicals. I took an interest in organic farming, in respecting the environment and water resources, because this is where life resides. The reason I dedicate myself to organic farming was to be able to give life to my family and my descendants, because organic farming means putting oneself on the side of life, so my descendants can live a healthy life.
My name is Yulia, I came from Ukraine, and for now coffee culture started to be really developing in my country. Actually, for me, coffee can fix any problem. If I feel myself bad, I'm drinking coffee. If I can feel myself good, I drink coffee. If I want to be alone, I make myself coffee. If I want to socialize with my friends, I also go with them to coffee shop to have some coffee. So actually, coffee for me, it's quite a good answer for any question.
Woman is a symbol of fertility by nature, and as a woman, nature is also the Mother Earth, the Pachamama that we have to take care of, but we actually don't take care of it. We must have a more ecological relationship with Earth. Take care of it, clean it. There is too much plastic, too much chemical. It is necessary to return to the primitive culture in order to keep the Earth fertility. Then we are trying to have a more ecological culture.
I come from Iceland. It's a very different country from Colombia. This is my first time in Origine visiting coffee farms. I've never even been this far from home before.
My name is Yuan Cong in Chinese, and I'm from Shanghai, China. And I started to go crazy. I wanted to create through latte art. That's I started, yeah.
After the genius, Mr. Helkin Guzman is one of the most expert producer in a processing for what I meet in my life.
I want to work very hard to pick more and more, as I can, and to respect your work, your job,
Más o menos estamos manejando 8 procesos por cada variedad.
8 different processes for all different variety. It's an experimental process.
Yeah. Somos conscientes pues que la variedad no garantiza la taza, entonces por eso cada día estamos investigando y mejorando más los protocolos.
They told that the variety doesn't guarantee the quality in the cup. For that reason, they are working a lot in the process to experiment and increase the point, the score of this coffee.
Yeah.
There is a word that can better explain what coffee stands for in this area. I would say the word is resiliency. These people, and as a company, and as individuals, and as a consumer, we need to take in consideration what they are doing, and because only by doing that we can make this world definitely much more sustainable.
All the people are ready here?
Yes!
And the best speaker of the day comes from Colombia!
Cada equipo se les va. Here we have 100,000 pesos in order to buy the ingredients, but you're going to interpret the receipt. If you consider that there is another ingredient you would like to incorporate to the dish, it's okay.
China, I think in a few years, it would be the hugest coffee consumer country. Because we have a huge population, as you guys know.
My name's Glenn Bailey. I'm from a city called Adelaide in South Australia. This is my first time at Origin, picking coffee, my first time. It's that last piece of the puzzle. The first thing I felt when walking in through coffee trees was respect.
Yo pienso que el
I
mundo
think the
debe
world
entender
has
la
to understand the joint
corresponsabilidad
responsibility
dentro de esa
in
cadena
the
de
whole
los
chain of the
eslabones.
coffee process, so that the effort and hard work made by the coffee growers in the farms in our country are recognized by the coffee community. And we also have to take into account environmental aspects. It is a lot of effort made by the farmers, not only to produce coffee but also to keep the environmental according to the world's necessities.
Las necesidades del mundo.
Somos una cooperativa de alrededor de 3.500 familias productoras. La gran mayoría de ellas son pequeños productores que tenemos y estamos convencidos de que el café es nuestra vida. Todo lo que la cooperativa hace en la comercialización, conseguir mejores precios a nivel internacional, conseguir aliados estratégicos que quieran comprar los cafés de alta calidad, y todo lo que producimos como empresa se la devolvemos a nuestros asociados a través de programas sociales. Hay inversión en la casa del productor, mejoramiento en la vivienda, le damos educación a los hijos que pueden ir a estudiar a la universidad, tenemos programas de salud, de asistencia técnica, una cantidad de programas que están pensando en el bienestar social de nuestro productor.
It just opens your mind that there's a different world to your little cafe that you sit in or your roastery that you sit in. And the more education you get, the broader your mind gets and the more you respect everything that everyone does.
Mi cafetal con flores blancas, aromas abiertas al sol, quiero encontrar verdes chupones que se desgajan, porque otras ramas también deben crecer. Granos verdes al sol serán mi cosecha, que al madurar me darán el pan. Que al madurar me darán el pan.
It's most important when you have new customers and you make a cup of good coffee, and when he try it, he understand it's the best of the best in my life.
Got a really good professional professor who is like international star for cupping, for roasting, like Ben, like Alberto, and this guy is so amazing. After all this experience, coffee is still a mystery because we know a lot of things about coffee, but many other things still had to be discovered.
My name is Sonja Björk Einarsdóttir Grant. I come from Iceland, and my role here at the Barista Farmer Colombia 2018 is that I'm one of the judges. Our job is to make everybody a little bit more realizing that we need to be careful in each and every step. You know, when we are picking the coffee, when we are depulping the coffee and processing it, and then when we transport it and you know, all these factors needs to be like thought about. We follow different kind of criteria each day, but every day we have the picking competition and the quality control competition. When we are judging the picking competition, we are looking into 4 factors. 2 of the factors are judged by the local professional people. They checked how many cherries, like red cherries, are left on the tree and how many cherries have actually fallen to the ground. So those are 2 very important factors on those trees that the barista have already picked. As judges, we get the cherries. We take 1 kilo of the cherries. We look through them and we are looking into the underripe cherries and the overripe. So these are the ones that we take aside and we record those numbers. We are here for so many days, so there are some hardcore facts, and that's the points that they will get for picking the coffees. And then we have all those small competitions that could also change the game, like cooking competition, we have like dancing competition. We pay a lot of attention to their connection, both within the team and how the baristas, how they are interacting with the farmers, how they're interacting with the local people. This year, the group of Barista Farmer is so amazing. This year, they are really together. They are taking care of each other, so they are making sure that all their team members, nobody's left behind.
And the winner of Barista Farmer 2018 is Diego Campos! Wait. Yeah.
Barista Farmer is the best thing that could happen to Colombia because we learn a lot, and I think we will appreciate more what we have. I think we, as a country, as a producing country, we win this competition for all the farmers, all the new generation which is coming to work with coffee. Even for me, it was so special the way all the producers was with us because they were so generous. They give everything they have to us. There were so many cultures with us, like the Chinese guy, the Japanese lady, like every single person have different histories, different aptitudes. And there was, all of them were nice, and I think one of the most beautiful experience was like seeing them picking coffee, getting wet, wearing all the stuff, having the cocoa, picking the cherries, like falling down everyone, like getting muddy without, like, we didn't care about getting wet, dirty. We just really enjoy that.
For me, it's my mission, because I learn, I experience, right? I go to the farm, I pick the cherries for what? For a good cup of coffee. I should share to them. I should bring the stories to them. So I have to offer good cup of coffee.